Hey guys, welcome to EPS ParaTalk. I'm Robert. This is
Bonnie.
And
Freddie. Hey guys.
Hey guys, for everybody that was with us last night, we absolutely appreciate it as always. I'm trying to holler again like I did last night, because the speaker and this, now we have one that works really super well. Sorry about that. Give time for everybody to jump on here. Are you sharing it over to our page?
I tried to attempt to.
You did well last time, man. You got it last week. I was so proud of
one
you.
One time in a month isn't bad. So.
And how many times in 3 months?
One.
At least you're honest about things, That's pretty awesome. Gina, Colette, Sean, Freddie, thanks so much for being on. Sandy, thanks so much for being on with us. Today we are going to be doing the drawing, so don't forget about that. About midway through or so, we'll go ahead and do the drawing for the rig that we have. Remember, we have the IR webcam set up to do live streaming on, so you don't want to miss that. Colette, I know you got work. I'm so sorry to hear that as far as on nights, but I work nights too, so I completely understand it. We will be having the drawing for that. We're also going to be talking about an investigation that we did last night. We had a blast last night. Awesome family that we were able to go ahead and do an investigation for. Bonnie, myself, Janie, and Sean were at that location. It was an awesome location. Beautiful house by far.
Yeah.
So pretty phenomenal. We were definitely well away from most, a lot of locations we go to, there's a lot of noise, surrounding noise. This location was just the opposite. There was not too much noise as far as the surrounding environment.
No.
We were so far out, it's like, and we had a hard time with signal, so yeah, that was a little bit of a drag. Freddie, how you doing today, buddy?
You really want to know?
Nope, just keep it short.
I'm doing I'm doing good. I just realized why I couldn't share our page because we're on our page. So I just, don't mind me people. But
what about the group?
The group.
Did you share it to the group page?
The group page, yeah.
I shared.
Yeah, she did. So.
Well,
anyhow, somebody did. So anyway, we're good. But anyway, work's actually making me like really.
You stressed a little bit from work?
Brain shot, yeah. So.
Rob, thanks for being on with us as well.
Other than that, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Sorry I didn't make last night. So.
That's all right, and it's good. I know you were willing to come up late in the evening time, but we had some precip come in.
Yep.
We had to actually go ahead and wrap up our investigation early because we had precip coming in. They were calling for several inches of snow up where Janie lived, and then back our way they were also talking about ice, from Janie's all the way back down to where we were at. There was a whole weather front moving in, so we didn't want to be out on the roads. We were at the mountainous areas close to PA. We were in Maryland, and it's not the place to be playing with. So we had to go ahead and cut a little bit shorter than we wanted to. But we were on Paranormal Warehouse last night. If you got a chance, check it out. If you haven't, definitely it's worth looking at.
So how are you?
I'm doing fine, Bert. Thank you very much for asking. You kind of stunned me with that one.
I know, it's a shocker, people. Shocker.
Bonnie, how are you?
I need more coffee.
Well, how was your, since you come up every other weekend now from Florida.
Yeah.
For an investigation, so.
Um,
Good drive?
Yeah, actually it was very pleasant coming up. The traffic was really light. Everybody's coming to Florida, so it was pretty nice. And being the holiday season,
I
not
wish I
many
was
were
in
on the
Florida.
interstate. Yeah, me too. It was 76 when I left.
Yeah, not here.
So Bonnie, just a little background for anybody else who's not aware. Most of everybody that's on right now is aware, but anybody else that watches it. Bonnie originally just started out as just a viewer, and she watched, picked up some stuff. Then she got in touch with Janie and talked to her a little bit more about some gifts and whatnot. And before long, we had an open invitation for her to come up and actually, well, she came to the Battlefield Bash, and then after that, we said, hey, if you're available, and not too many people just run from Florida up to Maryland to go wherever else we go from there, but she does in a heartbeat. It's crazy. I love it.
Right. This is what, third? Fourth?
Yeah.
Fourth
It's
time?
third time, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So we were very fortunate to have her up here with us. So let me know who else wants to make a drive from
nobody
Florida,
else can really complain about
Texas,
driving
Utah.
here. But she does it, so,
Yeah, it's no big deal. I've even offered to pick up Philip a few times, so.
And what do you do? What is your regular line of work?
I'm a truck driver, so.
See, so I don't feel so bad. We had to throw that one up there.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
It really does. Last night, like I said, we had an awesome, had a fun investigation. It was really hard to live stream to get the signal to go out well enough.
Yeah.
You helped me get the settings as far as unfortunately, when you look at it, the resolution, we have to shoot at the minimal resolution to get the signal to go out, anything consistent. That was really a
issue last night. Yeah.
And we're just, again, when you get into those type of areas, it's really, really hard.
Lots of mountains and valleys, so there's a lot of overgrown stuff that you can't, you know.
And it's going to happen wherever you go. You're going to have the possibilities of having interference or not a very good signal doing stuff. So
Yeah, even if we hot spotted last night, you're going to have the same thing with that hot spot. It needs to save time connection. So, you know, instead of running 1080 fast for a connection, which we have something slow, we had to slow everything down so that the feed could be actually semi-feasible for you guys last night.
Exactly.
Shout out to Tom joined, Heidi.
Heidi, thanks for being on with us.
Robin.
Hi,
Robin.
I don't know if we got Robert. Did we get Robert?
Yep, I said hey to Robert. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys.
Robert doesn't have a top fan
Adam.
badge.
Yeah, for nothing. Yeah.
Adam, thanks for being on. So it was really interesting. We had the clients there, the homeowners, their children were there that have had the interaction. And they also had the previous owners that were at the location. They came in so they could see what they picked up. And, you know, we did it. The reason for doing it live is it's so awesome to hear what people get from around the world, the tidbits that they throw out there, and they know some of what actually happened. We do know there was a little girl there. A lot of people picked up on the little girl that was at the location. I know Janie was talking about how she thought what happened to her. There was a lot of, the little girl was putting off this, for anybody who was watching live last night, there was a lot of confusion and sorrow. She didn't know where her parents went, and she was confused. Where did her parents go, and why is she still here type thing, and yet she can't interact. And at the same time, she was extremely sad because, unfortunately, she didn't know where her parents were anymore. And one of the daughters of the clients was phenomenal. I mean, she really had a connection with her.
Yeah, she was sensitive, and the child would stand in her closet and stare at her like wanting help. But the girl herself, you know, the high school girl, she didn't know what to do, but she accepted her being there. She was comfortable with it. She was actually sad last night when things ended.
Yeah, we ended up doing a crossing. She helped us out dramatically. It wouldn't have worked. You can't get somebody to cross unless they want to cross. And at this point, the little girl had certainly developed a relationship with the teenager. And, you know, that was her comfort zone. So now she's scared, you know, what comes next? Does she really want to leave? She obviously sees that the teenager is certainly upset because she's going to miss her. But explaining it to her, I mean, but she was great about helping to coax her into the light and move her on, and very, very successful. That was awesome. Regardless,
you can see it watching, viewing that she was having a really hard time. So
yeah,
you can see it.
Yeah.
And it was wild because the activity, we went into a bedroom that had a lot of activity previously, and even while we were in there, there was one particular, felt like a male presence. You said,
yeah,
that people were picking up on the back of the room, moving back and forth. Real quick shout out to
Chris Sanders,
Gina. If I didn't say hey,
Gina,
make
Sandy,
sure we say Monica. Thanks for being on.
Sorry.
So in that room we had that presence, but he kept standing back. But the people, twice, the mother and one of the daughters had sat down in the same chair and both experienced the same thing. They basically just went into the kitchen area from the living room. The people were right next to them. They're not that far away, but just around the corner. But it was just enough around the corner that that's where whatever started plucking with them. And then, of course, they saw like a mist, not really a shadow person, but actually more of a black mist, which shocked them. Lori! Were you going to give a shout out to Lori?
Lori, yeah.
Sorry to beat you on that one.
Hi, Lori.
I saw her first.
I know, you got it. It's kind of, I got to look at this now because I can't look at that.
Oh, you're going to try to be first now?
Right.
I see your eyeball.
Right on, man. Right on.
It was wild just the way the activity would flow, though. I mean, we were in the bedroom. There was more actually of people being touched in the other rooms. We come out into those rooms, and it just died out.
mm-hmm.
It was definitely trying to stay away from us.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it was in the back room, in the bathroom area, and then it just like left and then just hid for a while.
Now, I know, did you get touched last night?
I don't recall.
Okay, I know Janie did.
Oh, yeah. She did quite a few times.
And I know two of the clients definitely got touched last night that I'm
Right.
aware of. So
He
that was
may
3
have,
people.
but I didn't pay attention.
I know at least 3 people did last night, which was really interesting. Fonnie, thanks for being on. I'm sorry, I'm reading the monitor behind the camera. It just cracks me up with everybody. We're missing Bill. Where the heck is Bill? Somebody wake Bill up, please.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bill, Philip. Everybody else being slow today.
Yeah. I think Bill's pretty much tied up because he's in that Prism team now and stuff. So, and he's single. So.
Come on, Bill. What's up with that? You never let us down. He's always on, so he could be a jokester. It's always fun. I guess one of the things I want to talk about today is our live streams are definitely a little bit different. We know what we're targeting when we go into a location, and in some locations, I'm sorry, it's always the client first. And no offense to you guys or whoever happened to be joining us last night. There's certain times, like for last night, it was education. It was more to educate the residents in that house. 2 of them have gifts, so even though we go there, we go ahead and remove whatever's nasty there, it's not going to stop people that have gifts from truly still experiencing things. They're going to experience things throughout the rest of their life. So what you want to do is you want to start bringing it down and desensitizing them, explaining what's going on. And that was a big deal for having 2 of you, had yourself and Janie there. There was a lot of information being given to them, which was really, really important for the clients so that they could relax.
Yeah, the mother and the one daughter, I actually, stood behind him because the mother was all stressed. Anxiety was just off the roof, and I could feel it. And I don't have anything special with my hands or anything, but I just felt like I needed to go behind him and just kind of put a energy, a couple inches of an energy field like around them, or my own energy. I didn't feel anything with my hands. I didn't feel anything from them. They say they felt like they were getting pulled or pushed, but I didn't feel anything on my end. But it did seem to relax them after I did do that.
Did you realize the daughter did not know you were behind her, and she's going, I feel like I'm being pushed? You were behind her doing that. She didn't see you or anything. She's going, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm being pushed. I don't believe she knew you were back there.
Yeah.
Which to me was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was just what my spirits guys said, just to do that, and they would take care of the rest of it for me. I mean, that's just in my head what I heard, that little voice. I can't explain it. It's just something that happens with me, guys. He's felt it. He's had the electric shock from one arm to the other.
Well, Lori's on here right now, and she shocked the hell out of me, and I was just like, ow, it hurt. Actually, it was like, man, that was crazy.
It's painful, wasn't it?
It was. It
But
was.
yeah, I did goosebumps for him though. He had goosebumps.
No, I've had Reiki done before, but I've never felt that. I mean, to a point that it was really.
Well, when I first met Janie, when I was testing her, Hi, Janie.
Bad idea to do.
Yeah. But we went outside, and she did the whole stuff like that, and it felt like I was getting shocked the whole time.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me when we were at the KOA.
It was very different. I mean, it was.
It's really strange if you haven't experienced it, it gives you such a weird.
Yeah.
It's such a different feeling or experience to actually go through, because when somebody puts their hand close to you, especially if they do that and they put their hand close to you.
You can feel the energy.
You can feel, right. I feel the heat, which is the energy.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got to be super close. When these people are doing it, and they're sitting off, and yet the person is still experiencing it.
Yeah, I was probably, about 6 inches or so?
At least.
I mean, at least 6 inches, and I was just keeping my hands there. And I wasn't doing anything or thinking anything. I just knew that I needed to just do that. I wasn't, doing any spells or anything. And I don't know if it did anything to them. I have no clue. But I just knew that they were so ramped up.
They were definitely.
They needed to calm down.
Quick shout out to Erica, joined us. Colette basically said she does they do the same thing, so we're done. Lori says happy holidays to you guys.
Same to you, yep. Laura. We appreciate that very much. And again, we'll go probably for about another 10 minutes. In about 10 more minutes, we'll go ahead and be drawing for the rig. Last night, because we were having an issue with the speaker, I had a new video camera I was using. We tested it out. Everything worked fine. Good. I packed it up, left the external mic connected even, got to the location, and the very first one, it was like the mic wasn't even working. It was very dull, very down. So we actually shifted back to this rig, which is the same one we've been doing that we're going to be giving away for the live stream. It's the same thing we used last night. We jumped right around, put the camera back to it, threw one up on a tripod, and fired it up. And of course, you can hear what a world of difference as far as the sound quality. I mean, it really came out really well. So whoever gets this, you will be able to live stream. It's pretty darn sweet. Jim Dix is on right now. His team, matter of fact, right up here, Dixieland Mystical Society. They actually are using this right now. If you look at, they've done several videos. I know Haunted Trails of Gettysburg. Did I get that one right for a change? I keep saying Gettysburg of Haunted, but Haunted Trails of Gettysburg. If you go and you watch any of their videos, you're going to see this is the same camera that you're going to be getting. It's the same one they used.
Jim
What
Dix
is
is
Lori
joining.
talking about?
Lori,
About me.
I'm sorry. Back up a little bit here.
Where'd you get? What are you looking for?
Lori was saying she was talking to Bonnie, but I don't know if I missed
Scroll
something.
down
or
some
what.
more.
I didn't see anything.
Scroll down.
Her mama, grandmother,
Yeah, go back up a little bit.
just one up. Bear with us, guys.
Her mom and grandma with her.
Use the scroll button instead of doing that because you're going too many lines down. Sorry.
This don't work very well.
Your mama or grandma's with you. I'm not sure which.
She looks just like me, right? But she's heavier and shorter, Lori.
That's all right. Just grab the bar.
Freddie, you're fired. You're fired.
Slow down. Slow down. Just move the cursor out.
Okay.
You have to use the mouse on that computer.
Oh, you have to use it.
Jim Dix said, "Good morning, group."
Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jim. Appreciate it. Colette, I love doing hands-on healing, spiritual healing. It's a very different thing than being medium. Love it. It's always fascinating. I mean, for anybody, once you get to a chance where you can actually experience it for yourself, that's really where it comes home. And we had a person last night that was a skeptic about things, rightfully so. Actually, a couple of them were. And even though one of them had actually he was sleeping and somebody forcefully grabbed him, and of course he came off the couch pretty quick when somebody grabbed him forcefully. But he's still trying to figure out, was there a reasonable explanation? You know, it's hard to believe that some of this stuff is so true.
Jim Dix said, "That's a great setup. Linda loves it." So, talking about the rig. So,
Yeah, for to be able to get these, like I said, fortunately we had Gilson was modifying them for us. He did an excellent job modifying them, and they have worked really super well, and they're so quick to put up. We typically plug them into a laptop. It's got a very long USB cable, and typically we'll just go ahead and put it on to a laptop. So it's basically plug and play. You go ahead and pull up your laptop, pull up Facebook, plug it in, and just give it a minute for your computer to recognize it, and before long you'll be live streaming right with it. Others, if you have a Android phone, you can actually put a cell phone right here. It will hold your cell phone. So you can actually slide your cell phone up in here, and if you use the USB-C connector that goes to your particular Android phone, if you have that, that will actually enable you to go ahead and plug the USB right into it, that connector, and you can actually have a completely mobile rig just like this to go ahead and actually live stream off of, which is really amazing. When you can walk around hands-free and this is all it is, it's so much nicer. We will be working with that some in the near future, but it's only the Samsung, or the Android base, sorry. Philip, thanks for being on.
Hi, Philip. Lori.
Sharon.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Lori's replying, my mom's with me. And it's been a while that she has been around. So, and she was always called Mickey Mouse her name is Millie. Mickey was her, whatever.
Was she
name.
picking up on that?
Yeah, and I look like my mother, except she's a little bit heavier than me and a little shorter. And she's a Southern Virginia girl, so You know, her personality is, she snaps, you know, quick-witted. She'll give it right back to you, you know, so that's where I get it from.
Okay, so that's what she's talking about. She's
Yeah.
her personality.
And
That's
yes,
cool.
Mom, I know you're here. I can hear you. So I'm sure Janie's going to confirm that with me.
Very cool.
And she's not mad at me anymore because I haven't talked to her in 9 years. So
That is very, very cool.
thanks, Lori. Appreciate it.
Always, anybody who has gifts, we absolutely appreciate any time you share them. It's very generous of you, regardless who it is. It's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that you just got to see it happen live just now. That's
Yep.
amazing. It's always amazing. Anytime they pick up stuff, I'm always looking for the confirmation. So I'm always telling clients, hey, don't say anything. So then when I have like Bonnie and Janie in a location,
Right.
and at first they're separated. Like if Janie's going to go do a walk, she'll do a walk so that if Bonnie's going to talk about something she's picking up on, I can hear it from Bonnie, and then to sit there and hear it in unison from Janie telling me the same thing, it's pretty wild. And then when the clients can hear that, it's just...
Yeah, because Janie did her walkthrough yesterday, and I was in the kitchen with you guys, or him, not you, because you weren't here. And he was discussing with the clients things, you know, and it must have been a half hour, 40 minutes when Janie came back, and then I took the cat that she doesn't care for cats.
Yeah.
And me and the
No.
kitty walked down the hallway towards some of the bedroom areas and stuff. And, you know, the kitty and me actually went, oh, hello, because we felt things. And I hadn't talked to Janie or anything about anything. So
But you were saying the cat was definitely reacting.
definitely, it would sway its tail. It was very comfortable in my arms. I mean, the tail was relaxed. And when we got to a certain point in the hallway, it started swishing its tail, and the farther I went up, it'd swish again, and it didn't change posture, but it got like more alert, and it wasn't from me because I had been holding the cat for quite some time, so it wasn't like, you know, it wanted to get down. It was very content being in my arms and getting petted. It was a love bug, you know. So, but definitely it reacted as soon as I got the feeling and the vibrations that, ooh, this is not very nice.
I know some of y'all are going to find it mean. I find it absolutely hilarious because I've never met anybody who was so terrified by cats as Janie is. So we did have a client one time before that had like 3 cats, and it was amazing. It was like a the hat dance. She would dance around everything.
Read Lori's last comment.
Too awesome. Thank you, Lori, very much. That's
good.
That's truly incredible.
Yeah.
Anybody else that's interested, we do have a limited supply as far as of the cameras. We are selling just the camera itself for $40, and we're selling the rig. We use the deadlights. This light will work for like a single room, and you got to be careful. You can't get too close. If I was to actually shine it with the IR on right now and we were in the dark, it would really fade out. You'd get a real white wash over anybody that was that close to you, so you'd have to pull it back a little bit. But it will definitely go ahead and shoot the video at that point, even with this IR camera. And remember, you'll get a rechargeable battery with it as well, so that makes it very mobile.
Yep.
Love it.
I bought the camera at the bash,
Yes,
and
you
I
did.
have a rig set up similar to that. So, and it works really well.
So,
Well, after I figured out I needed a laptop because I didn't have one.
yeah, again, because phone-wise, the iPhone it's not going to work with. Unfortunately,
Or the Android or anything like that.
the Androids, it will work with some of the Androids.
Oh,
You
well,
have to have-
the one I had was an older model, so maybe I didn't have the right, and I wasn't going to pay to have it hooked up, so I was trying to do basic.
Right.
So maybe that was my issue.
The problem is if you have an Android phone, to live stream on Facebook, most people use Camerify is very popular. Facebook is going to charge you, or if you use Camerify, they'll charge you. Either way, somebody's going to end up charging you to be able to go ahead and live stream it. Don't know what the difference is, because as soon as you go ahead and you just plug it straight onto your laptop, you can go right on. I don't know the details of it. Typically, it's going to be between $8 and $10 a month if you go to Restream or if you use Camerify. If you use Restream, you don't have to pay anything else, but that's like $8 or $9 a month. But you can go live, and again, to be able to have it mobile, you have to check out which ones are going to actually work. And it's having the right connector that's going to come, and you can just go on eBay or Amazon and actually find the right connector. Just go ahead and Google it, the connector to a USB, and it'll tell you which one you need to have for your phone. But it works. I mean, to be mobile, it's great. Last night, we really wanted to be able to take the time to go ahead and show. I was trying to use that new video camera, and I had some cables, but because they're so tight, some of the cables, the longer cables that I had bought, unfortunately, wouldn't fit in there. So this morning, I've been shaving them down with a razor blade.
Not to cut you off,
Go
sorry. Lori's another comment to Bonnie.
Don't make you hit you in the head with the kettle.
Really, Mom? Really? Really, Mom? Never hit me in the head with the kettle. You just hide the paddle. I hide the paddle so I didn't get it, remember?
Oh, you got smart about that one.
If that's Mom, she knows my nickname she used to call me. Tell Lori.
Tom McCart has, we did a private residence, and they had 3 cats. They kept messing with our static pods. The hallways looked like a lightning storm.
They do love them. They really do.
Like,
They didn't mess with that 360 in the back.
Yours was that was first time I've actually been around. It was a 360 REM pod.
that's when y'all had in the hallway?
No, it wasn't in the hallway. It was in that farther back is actually, that was a master bedroom, which you had a walk-through closet, and then you had a huge
Jacuzzi
Oh
bathroom.
my God, it was incredible.
Because that's where y'all sitting in the bedroom.
Yes.
And then behind you, where Janie walked back at one point.
That was the jacuzzi bathroom,
That was okay.
Yep.
the master bathroom.
But it had both vibration,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
depending on which
sensors.
angle it's coming is which lights up.
yeah, it was a blue, yellowish, red, and green, and it, 4 corners, northeast, southwest, whatever you want to call it. And the blue side was actually faced to the wall, the farthest section from us,
Right.
where there was nobody, nothing, and that light would go off by itself.
That was impressive. I like
And
that
it's
one.
got a good distance, like
Really
20
good
feet.
distance.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was Paratronics, their new product that he put out. So
I definitely like that one. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Deborah, Callie,
Hey, Callie.
been a while. We'll go.
Craig's on.
Craig, thanks for being on, buddy. Appreciate it very much. Cattle or cattle?
yeah, she's a Virginia girl. She's got that. She gets that draw going, and yeah.
Spirit Seeker, thanks for being on. You guys want to do the drawing, or should we wait a little bit longer?
I think you got to wait a little bit longer.
He's the mean one, okay? To blame him. We're waiting for how much longer?
People
Ricky,
wait
we
to right at the end of.
I'll tell you what, we have a lot of names. I mean, there's a lot. We
A
thank
lot.
everybody so much for sharing. We sincerely appreciate that.
I'm just going to discount myself because I actually shared the most. So
You
let
are
guys
not.
know.
I didn't
But-
even share one, unfortunately, because I didn't want to take from somebody
No,
else.
it don't
I already
matter.
had
Whenever you
one.
want to do it, man, we'll do it.
We'll do it in just a minute or two, okay? We'll go ahead and do a drawing, but we went through, went ahead, checked. I had put up a post beforehand, and a lot of people started jumping on that right away. And then as soon as I went ahead and put the post up for the sharing, I mean, people really, really hit it hard, and we sincerely appreciate that. It gives us a reason to do it more often. We're going to do some more giveaways. I think that was fantastic. The next one, I do want to advertise Janie because she does the reads.
Yeah.
And they're very cheap, but they're very effective for people. So I'm going to advertise, do another one of some sort of giveaway, whether it's another one of these rigs. And it's just going to be for Janie's page, actually. We're just going to be sharing Janie's page and trying to get more of her out there.
Also, if people are interested, since we did the hoodie for Lacey,
Yes.
and I mean, people have been questioning about hoodies now. So I don't know if something we're going to look at maybe down the road, or somebody would,
I got a few that I'm going to be putting together, a couple of hoodies I'm going to be putting together, and we'll show them. And if people are interested into them, they can certainly go ahead and order some if they want. It's probably going to be almost a 2-week turnaround time, realistically. Fortunately, I can have my son do a lot of the work. I can just go ahead and get whichever hoodies we're going to use, and then,
He's a print master, right?
yep, it works out great that way.
Good.
Right down the street.
Valerie joined. Thanks, Valerie.
Love
Right.
having you guys on. Valerie, again, there's all of you guys shared so many times, and we sincerely appreciate it. It was awesome having all the shares going on. She is scary spot on. You're absolutely right, Gina. She is, again, it's amazing watching people how accurate they can be. I mean, that just blows my mind. And when you get to be, I love giving them a hard time because I'll be like, yeah, right, sure you did, whatever. And then all of a sudden you see other people picking up on the exact same confirmation, or the homeowner goes, oh, that really did happen. I'm like, oh, I can't get them for it because they're right.
Well, okay. The gentleman was talking about what he was hearing, only he heard, and next thing you know, he put up monitors outside.
Yes.
And you know, he had said that, but it was what, 20, 30 minutes prior to that. And then I was just standing there and I'm looking at the monitor, his monitor of the outside area. And all of a sudden it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you put this monitor up after your incident, that what you heard. And he goes, yes. And I says, and you've seen shadows on those monitors. Yep. Or mist, more, it's like a more mist, and it's right up to the camera. And he just looked at me and said, yep. Yes. We have. I go, yeah, because they know you're watching, and they come right up, but they come up as a mist, like in the cold weather. And that's what they acknowledge.
But that is summertime. That's all the time.
Yeah,
that's how they
summertime.
come. It's not just like you can see your breath when you go ahead is what you're talking about. Cold
in the cold weather, but this was in the summer too.
Yep.
And he was just it off.
Well, Janie hit on that little cluster of trees, the significance of a little cluster of trees,
right.
And at one point when they were outside. When you hear a little kid, like when they would kind of scream coming down a hill, kind of as they bounce down the hill and everything. And both of the homeowners had heard that, and
mm-hmm.
that was tying into what Janie was talking about at that spot. It was they were all tuned into the same spot.
Yeah, they were outside doing some lawn work and stuff, and they heard it.
Yep.
And we went to dinner before we went to this personal property, and I kept, for some reason, I myself saw like little headstones, like different
yep.
little headstones for some reason. I go, I don't know what it's Native Americans or what. And
what happened? We ate first. We
right.
got towards the location about an hour and a half early. We sat down, had dinner, and that's when you were talking about this.
Right. And then what happened?
Then the client started talking about the neighbor having all these little
pet cemetery,
little headstones and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So
it wasn't related to them, but it was close enough that's what I caught for
yep.
some reason.
Well, the property, I mean, it's you don't, when you get to a property, it's the immediate surrounding area. You can obviously pick up stuff right there,
right.
And that was the neighbor.
Yeah, that was right there too.
Yeah,
pretty close.
Hey, Michael.
So we'll check on the hoodies. We'll try to see if we can put one or two. I'm not going to do a bunch of different designs. I'll do one or two different designs, put them together.
Casey and Tom want one already. So.
No, that's cool. That's not a problem. Well, let me get a couple of them made, and we'll get them out there. Valerie, how did last night's investigation go? Did you capture a lot of activity? The activity was actually, it was hit and miss. Where we were at with the camera, the activity would be off camera and would usually be in another room kind of plucking with somebody. There was the child that was there, but she wasn't really the one. Do you think she was the one that was actually touching people's hair and whatnot, or was that something else that was?
The child was touching the teenager and the mom, okay?
Right.
But the dad is the dude, and he was the one that was getting kind of angry in anybody that was in the one bedroom.
He would definitely stay off, and unfortunately we did have to go ahead and cut the investigation short because I needed to make sure we did the cleansing. That was a real big factor that we were there for, was actually do the cleansing and to educate the clients. And we spent a lot of time, especially off camera. We wanted to capture most of it on camera. We did not get the opportunity to, but we really, as one of the features we want to do, I want to show you guys a lot more interaction with clients that we can interact with, just so you can hear their side even before we start the investigation. I really want to show you guys a lot more of the mediums in action. Anytime somebody's going through a house and is giving a read about that location, I like to be able to get you guys involved in it, be able to see more of it. And also the cleansing part. Again, I really want people to understand the point that you were telling me that Philip had brought up. Cleansing with confidence, actually going in there and just, a lot of people are nervous about it at first, and that's okay. But you got to go in there and kind of be stern about it and get to your pattern. And, if you go through it and you miss a step, no problem. Back up and do it again. But push whatever is and take ownership of your home. That's really, really important. And I really want to be able to show that a few times live so you guys can do it yourselves.
Yeah, that it's important because, if you have something, I myself had an unwanted visitor in my home, and they follow me around all the time. So my head was constantly vibrating no matter where I went into the house. And it was somebody that I talked to previously outside of my home that came up to me. And I was to the point where, okay, you know, so I talked to him, text him. He gave me the rundown. I printed up the sheet. I had my own sage, my own holy water and stuff, and I did it. And I have a townhome in my spare bedroom, had my patio on downstairs open, had aluminum table, a small one between a wall and a chair so it wouldn't tip over because I use that for something else. And as I was finishing the bathroom, going to my master bedroom, I hear the table fall over and something running out. And I finished my complete room, but I did it determinedly. I, you know, was very persistent on, you know, if I messed up on a sentence, I went back and did it again. I went through the whole step. If I had to go through the whole step in the bedroom, it didn't make a difference. I just was very determined to do that and not just like, oh, okay, this is gonna, I mean, I went through every cabinet, closet, everything. And that table, when I walked downstairs, was pulled out and fell over, and I haven't had that problem since. Now, I do have family members in my house, so I'm okay with that, but this one was not invited, so.
Shout out to Wendy.
Wendy, thanks for being on. Appreciate, as always. Yeah, Valerie, even with, like last night when I did the cleansing, at the very end, the teenager that has abilities, I actually had her going hands-on with me so that she could start learning it herself, because in the future, especially for those that are open, it's even that much more critical for you guys to have a little bit better defense or a way of clearing out some of the negativity, because it's bound to draw in some. So it was really important for her to go ahead and start getting educated on that as well, which we love it. I enjoy sharing as much as possible. There's to me, there's no reason to hide anything. I'm going to show you everything we do. This team's going to show you everything we do. If you have a question about it, and again, no different than yourself. You come up, you see exactly. Do we stop you from doing anything?
I was very appreciative of letting me come up on a personal, private home, so I could see exactly how you do the cleansing and stuff. And you know, I'm not to that point where I feel comfortable doing it yet, but I saw what you did last night with her, and I was in tears. And usually I'm not, and it wasn't because of her. It was what I saw in my mind's eye.
The crossing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the crossing was...
It was really...
Crossings are very
nice.
Emotional.
Yes.
Even a 9-year-old that we know quite well was sensing things.
Was she watching last night, sensing things? I typically we're watching a lot more, and we can actually respond a lot more with the signal being the way it was, the amount of interaction we were trying to work with the clients, because we had a decent sized group there of clients, so we didn't have the same detail or ability to really watch the screen and really interact as much as we'd like to. But again, unfortunately, the way we're going to always work, and this is just my style that we're going to go with, is it's definitely client first. And it's no offense against viewers. I love viewers. But you guys can see what's going on. And a mature viewer already knows. But if you're new to it, new around us, we're going to definitely make sure we take care of that client first.
Yeah, we'll have times where we'll have investigations, we'll do stuff. But sitting down, talking to people, let them know, you know what I mean, it's actually pretty neat to do. So,
you know, ours is different. You can go in, you can document, you can go to a haunted house, or you can go to old locations, dilapidated, walk around with your camera, get seasick and whatnot. That's all fine and dandy. I mean, it's fun to a point, by all means. It gives you that eerie feeling as you go through the house. I'm all for that. But if we're going to actually treat a location or work with clients, which is what we do more of than anything else, that's my preference, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and spend the time on. And you have to feel it out as you're there. It's, you know, the weather, especially this time of year, you don't know what's going to happen with the weather, so you got to try to be paying attention to that. As far as what's going on with the clients, what's their interaction, what's their sensitivity level, there's sometimes that you could actually see activity that's happening that you're not going to bring up in front of the client, because the clients could lose their mind at that point if they're the type that are already flipping themselves out. We're all guilty of that. We can all go ahead and trick ourselves, as far as you watch a scary movie and all of a sudden you're all alert.
Yeah.
A lot of people are happens to them. Michelle, thanks for being on. Appreciate it.
Lori has another one for you.
Yeah, I see that, Lori. Do you happen to get a name? If you happen to get a name, unless he's somebody strange, a stranger in the area.
Hey, Vicky.
Vicky.
I beat you on that one.
Well, last night, Janie and I both were talking to the mother and the daughters, and the father and stuff. You know, they had somebody come in and do a cleansing and got some evidence and stuff. Now that piques their interest that they didn't have piqued before. And I told them, and I mentioned to them, and Janie did too, just because now you're piqued interest, don't be, you know, doing the Ouija board. Don't be trying to talk to them or, you know, trying to call them back or, you know, hey, where'd you go and this and that, because what you're going to do being already having, it's like an open door, you know, that you could cause more grief for them later down the road.
Absolutely.
Something for you.
Yep.
Wendy said, when I was at my grandma's house and when I walked in the door, I could smell her, but she's not there. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's a phantom smell. I mean, you're getting a sign. Is your grandmother passed? I'm taking is what you're talking about. If that's this, a lot of people get that particular smell, and it doesn't even have to be where you could be living at a house now where none of your relatives have ever been to, like your grandmother, grandfather, like grandpa that used to always go ahead and smoke that particular either cigar or pipe, and then you go into a different house and yet you know that smell or that perfume that your grandmother used to wear.
Somebody's here behind me.
We're going to go ahead and do the drawing before we get too much longer. We've held y'all on. Again, the drawing's going to go ahead and be for a live stream unit like this. It's going to have a little rig on it. It's going to have the rechargeable battery for the IR.
Can we just wait a little bit longer?
No, we're not waiting anymore. We've waited long enough, Freddie, because you made us wait, okay? It's all Freddie's fault. We've been waiting. So we're going to go with this. We're going to do the drawing.
I hope everybody's ready.
Just bear with us for a second.
I would do a drum roll, but I can't.
Bonnie's going to be the one that's going to pick them out. I'm just trying to make sure they're...
So if she doesn't pick your name, you can blame her.
Then
Don't blame me. It's not my fault.
Close your eyes. You got to do it with your eyes closed. Find one. Only one.
Teresa Urquhart. Urquhart?
Teresa Urquhart.
Yeah.
So we will be getting in touch with her. Actually, let me go ahead and... Oh my gosh.
Don't mind the spelling. You can't
even see it. Damn it. I was that close to it. You still couldn't see it. Anyway, Teresa, you can see the Teresa on top.
Yeah.
I think. Congratulations. Sorry for everybody else who did not win that right offhand, but Teresa, we will be getting in touch with. Congratulations. We'll verify the last name. It's Urquhart or Earnhardt. I'm not sure. My writing sucks, so.
No, that was my writing, so it's definitely,
And we were, there were so many that were like, oh, we got to do this drawing. And so here we are going through trying to go ahead and we want to make sure we call everybody. It was funny. Yeah, Craig, unfortunately, not this time, but you got something else to be coming to you, man. It'd be all good. Appreciate your help. Again, thank you so much for everybody that did share. That was awesome. We definitely appreciate that. So make sure you keep that on the computer. So yes. I don't want to misplace that. I want to make sure we get that out to her. Congratulations. If you get a chance, if you find any other type of equipment that you guys like, we'd love to know about it. We do have some more equipment. What is the one that you had that we did not use again last night that we're going to be using probably maybe even next weekend?
Phasma box.
I do not have hands-on experience with that. Okay.
It's just you can put your own word list in. It has a random one, but it's not. You won't hear like death, spirit, you know, demon. That is not. It's more words. So I've used it many times, and I've used it on YouTube and stuff, and just let it run with an SLS and that in the background, and it's come up with full sentences, and they were talking about us, how they liked us and this and that, and that's what it does. And you've seen it. Dixie had that.
Was that the same one that they were using?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. So,
I was really curious about that. So we didn't get a chance to use it. We do have another investigation next weekend. I'm not sure if that's going to be live or not. That one is that's hard to say but I'll be kind of curious to see what happens there. That one is pretty off the chart what's going on. Tammy and Barry, everybody say hey.
Hey, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Barry.
Appreciate you guys being on. Definitely next weekend, again, hopefully we will be live. I'll have to check with the clients. If not, it is what it is. But either way, we should walk away with some serious documentation.
Friday.
Oh, and Friday, go ahead.
Yeah, Friday from 7 to 10-ish or something like that. We're going to the Gettysburg Haunted Trails.
Haunted Trails of
Doing the
Gettysburg. It's
cellar.
going to be awesome.
Doing the cellar for a few hours or whatever. So
That looked great. It looked great watching
Yep.
Dixieland
So
there.
we're going to go talk to them and stuff and see who else is out there. And that's going to be Friday.
Tom, yeah, you're on up north, so I don't even want to know how much snow you guys have gotten already.
Yeah, my oldest boy's heading back up to Boston this morning. So
Back to
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
better
for
get up there
college.
quick because it's
well,
going to
he
come.
worked till 3 o'clock this morning. So
Till
and
3.
He left at 8. He left at 8 o'clock this morning. So told him to be careful. And
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of it. Him driving up there, but
Nah, Dad doesn't like for the kids to be driving in nasty weather. That makes sense. It'd be silly any other. Again, if you guys have any particular equipment that you like to use, absolutely feel free to share. If you guys have a link, you guys want to put up your paranormal team, your link to your store, anything like that, you're more than welcome to go ahead and put it up right now. At 2 o'clock, we will be on Paranormal Warehouse. We'll be talking about our investigation again last night, going over a little bit more detail about the investigation last night. Love the Paranormal Warehouse platform. So we will be there at 2 o'clock. You going to hang out with us at 2 o'clock, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got some of that equipment that I had last night, the G2 and that 360 pod and stuff.
I'd love
can
for you to
bring it
show
in.
that. That would
Bring
be
it
really
in.
cool.
You guys can see it. Check it out.
absolutely.
So if you didn't get a chance to actually watch, realistically, that 360 was pretty
Yeah.
impressive to see. The range of it really kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm not
one
a big
day I'll get to see that in action. Maybe one day.
maybe.
Well, I'll bring
Aren't
it
you
here.
sick?
You can see
Aren't you
it.
sick next week? Sick
Yeah.
already next
My
week?
sister bothering on here. I might have to hide if you go live, but I don't know.
Hey, he's got abilities too. He
Oh, wow.
he must be a psychic and knew you were getting sick.
Right.
Definitely. We'll make it happen. Lori, I did see the V cut that you want for your shirt. What is it with everybody? Now you wear normal collars, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Everybody else, gifted people seem to like.
No, I'm an older generation, so unless I'm looking for something, there's no cleavage hanging out.
Not that far V cut, for goodness sakes. Goodness gracious.
Well,
Wow.
hey, I'm very up
Wow.
front.
Here we go. Facebook jail. We're going to be there before too much longer.
Hey, I kept the words nice.
You did. I'm impressed. You did really well.
That's an improvement.
You did really well.
I'm going to knock you over.
That's an improvement.
Sometimes, word of warning,
Wouldn't
when
take
you
much.
have a truck driver on a live investigation,
Oh, man.
a lot of talk beforehand.
We need to find out how we can, pre-bleep. Yeah.
ParaUnity app by Brian
One of those air
Holloway.
horns right when you know and it's going to him.
Works with Android phones. I'll have to check that out. ParaUnity app.
Brian Holloway.
We'll definitely.
You got it? You want to write it down?
Yeah, I've got it. I want
Brian Holloway.
to see what it does. I'm just not familiar with it, so it's always interesting. Again, you're more than welcome to share your links on any of the lives that we do. Even when we're on Paranormal Warehouse, you're more than welcome to go ahead and share your link as long as it's paranormal related. We're trying to network with everybody, and it's another way of giving people a chance to go ahead and get out there.
Lori wants the shirt black
Excuse
with
me.
yellow letters. That's what she wants, yellow letters, V-neck.
Black with yellow letters.
That's what she wanted.
Want with you what you want. You ain't getting it. I'm not doing yellow. The heck?
Yeah.
Look, this is the old throwback shirt. We originally started out with blue and black.
Yeah.
Then it went to green. I'm not going to yellow. Sorry. No, we cut off right there. We stopped. Not going to happen. Love it, though. We're going to be off in just a couple of minutes. We only got about 3 or 4 more minutes, and we're going to jump off here. But at 2 o'clock, again, hit us up on Paranormal Warehouse. If you have any questions, some people don't like to post in front of everybody, especially their questions. Look, we all started not knowing anything. Some of us still don't know anything. We're trying.
Always learning. Always
got to be willing to learn.
Yeah.
So if you have a question, you just might be a little intimidated about asking in front of everybody, message us. All you have to do is shoot us a message. We'll answer you. It's not a big deal, and it's not going to the rest of everybody to see. It's not like we're going to sit there and go, oh my gosh, did you see what message Freddie just sent us? Ha ha ha. We don't do anything like that. We're always learning ourselves, so it'd be kind of silly to go ahead and mock anybody. But if you have a question, if it's about abilities, again, we have Bonnie with us right now. Obviously, she's around. If she's not, as far as a viewer, she's in front of the camera. Janie, can answer a lot of those questions. Lori, I can ask a question for you to Lori. She has no problem.
I've used the Echovox too when I didn't have some of the ITC program. I used it at Melbourne Manor up in the attic, and it actually worked because it's another has to put the letters together to make words because it's ah, ooh, ah, ee, but I don't know what their frame of words to the concept, because I did get some common, demon and evil and all that, but we also did get regular names and communication. So
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, thanks for being on. Appreciate it. We're going to be out of here in just a minute or two. Freddie, you got any shout outs?
Thanks guys for jumping on. Well, shout out to Steve Barry.
Steve Barry, absolutely.
Back in the hospital.
Now he was released though, right?
Yes. So
we definitely prayers out. Relax.
Easy,
relax.
Yep.
He just cannot relax. He is always on the go.
Doing something.
He's always trying to help anybody. I mean, it's amazing.
I don't know, maybe she's got a bad program and she has to reinstall it.
What is it?
Gina said app on my phone with it off. When I'm talking on the phone, I get noise and jabbering like it's on.
Yeah, like you say, try to
uninstall it and reinstall it.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a bad install.
Anyway, I can't wait till July gets here.
Why?
Gettysburg Bash.
Yes.
Ready for the bash already?
And it's warm.
And it's warm. Yeah, a few people. Shay, way to jump on.
Hey, Sheila.
Yeah.
Several people have been making the comment already. I know Tom's ready for
yes.
Plus,
weather.
we have again in July. We're doing that Saturday, Haunted Trails, the eight acres private investigation.
I'll make that one.
16 people can come. Anybody over that has to pay, but that's including 16 people. It's already paid for and reserved. Yes.
By who? Yours truly.
Ta-da!
Why 16?
Because because last year we went to the bridge.
How many people did we have that wanted to go?
There was a lot of us that went last time. So
it was a great time.
This is a private. We're going to have the place all to ourselves
Okay.
on 8 acres, the whole private property, and
it's haunted
awesome.
in the woods. It's haunted inside. It's all over. They've got activities going on.
And I've talked to Amanda for like an hour or so about it, and it's set up. It's done.
Well, I'll be inside and doing my stuff while you're outside.
That's fine.
Whatever you gotta do, man. You sit in the back. Just go in the basement and go to the back.
She said she'll bring the marshmallows. You can sit by the fire and have marshmallows.
Sweet.
Debbie, thanks for jumping on. Again, we're getting ready to jump off here, unfortunately, but at 2 o'clock we will be on Paranormal Warehouse. Freddie will attempt to make sure he shares Paranormal Warehouse's feed back to this page, but if you don't see it because he didn't share it,
my fault, people.
I'm giving him a hard time.
No, it's my fault.
It's
I
not,
can
it's
never do this.
No, you did it fine last week, man. You just got to do it one more
That
time.
was luck. I was on a lucky streak.
Well, you did good. Let's see if the luck, if luck of the Irish continues for you. We'll find out. Anyway, we're going to get ready to jump off here. Bonnie, you got any shout outs?
Thanks, Lori, for all the information, and I'll talk to her about that. And Miss Linda Bird, hello, honey.
Definitely jump over to Paranormal Warehouse and join us there. As soon as Freddie gets done, whatever he's
I'm tempted to do. We were trying to
attempting to do, we're going to go.
Oh, yeah, you got some comments there.
Yeah.
You still got 17 more comments. 18, man. We're never going to get off here. You don't start.
It's not working.
It works.
Here, you want me to do it for you?
So you shine that little red light in my eyes again. I'm going to show you what works for you.
You're lucky you're in between us right now.
Want to bet? I can reach.
Just wait and you see what happens when we're off camera.
Wait till the Grim Reaper comes across there.
Right.
Okay, so
hold on. Was that hard? many comments you got there? Anyway, stay tuned. Come back at 2 o'clock on Paranormal Warehouse and see if Freddy survives. Hey guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you guys come back with.
See you guys. I may be back.
Maybe not.
See you too.
You want to sign us off?
Yeah. See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
I hit the button.
Sure you did.
I'm signing it off.